Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Space Hulk Tactics. The game is available on Xbox, PlayStation and PC. Space Hulk Tactics is a turn-based game developed by Cyanide. The game is set in the Warhammer 40k universe and is based on the tabletop game Space Hulk. You play as the Blood Angels, a squad of space marines sent to a large meteor comprised of derelict spaceships. The meteor is heading to a planet and it's your squad's task to destroy the collection of ships while fending off a hostile alien presence. Okay, gameplay, what is it actually like? Well, once you've set up your starting configuration, you can use each marine individually. Your marines have action points. These can be used to move, turn or commit to various actions such as firing a weapon, setting up a defensive overwatch or using a computer terminal. But the cost to turn your marine is even included in those action points, which makes the whole process incredibly slow and painful. The key to success is working as a team, and if you leave a unit isolated, he will get picked off due to the marine's lack of mobility. There are also cards that you can play that give you a tactical advantage, like some kind of buff, but I didn't really find that they were that useful or had that much of a difference on the actual resolution. The levels feature narrow corridors and this makes the terrain unique in this genre. Tight tunnels with narrow lines of sight mean you'll have to make sure all of your units are covered, resulting in very tense and brutal exchanges.
We shall cleanse.
Especially when you consider the aliens will often kill your troops with one touch. Like, can someone tell me why these space marines are such weaklings? You get one scratch and you run home to mummy? Oh my god, for goodness sakes, grow a pair would you? So yeah, it's pretty brutal at first and you'll have to endure a lot of pain, but once you get to grips with Space Hulk Tactics in terms of like the premise, it actually becomes quite fascinating. The slow and methodical nature, the deadly enemies, the tight claustrophobic environments, it certainly makes the game unique in terms of the turn-based genre. Every small move, every turn, every detail can make a difference between life and death. Closing a door, locking it, using a turret, destroying parts of the environment to create a trap, or setting up a series of overwatches. It all makes a difference, and when it works, you feel like a tactical genius. In between levels you can upgrade your squad in terms of loadout, effectiveness and other perks. The game features two campaigns. You've got the Space Marines or you've got the Alien Gen Stealers, with both offering slightly different styles of play. The multiplayer online services were down when I tried to play them on Xbox. Whether they're still active on other platforms I can't say, so it may just be you've just got two campaigns and no other modes. Okay, visually it's a solid looking game with a nice top-down style. And you can switch between that and first person as well. But I would say that switching is one that I've rarely used because first person view it's attractive, but it's too restrictive for strategic play. I'd also say the visual interface during missions, pretty poor. It really just clutters the screen with unnecessary info and it makes for a very muddled and unclear visual presentation. In terms of sound, the music effects, the voice acting I would say were pretty good overall. Couldn't really find much fault with them. Maybe it's a bit hammy in the voice acting department, but it's Warhammer, what can you do? Okay, good and bad points. What's good? The tactical turn-based combat is intense, engaging and in-depth. The different spacecraft offer some unique level modifiers, and when it works and all the parts flow together, it can be a wonderful game. Bad points. The difficulty balancing felt a bit off kilter. The levels, although occasionally seeming different, all actually felt very similar. The Space Marines are a bit too weak for my liking, the visual interface is a mess, and the first person mode, although looks good, it's very impractical. Okay, verdict, Space Hulk Tactics. It's a solid turn-based game that had the potential to be a classic. At times it gave off a tense atmosphere, one that I've rarely felt in a game like this, but due to the slow nature, the tedious level design and the overpowered enemies, it does lose its shine in the second half. For me, it could have been better, but instead it's a decent turn-based game. I enjoyed it for the most part, and I would recommend it to turn-based fans, but I think most people will grow quite tired of it, and it's got quite some residual deep faults within it that only really surface after you've played it for several hours, but it's still decent. It could have been better. There's a lot more potential here. Okay, so scoring, I'd give Space Hulk Tactics, I'd give it a 7.5 because I did enjoy it, so 7.5 out of 10. Room for improvement. It could have been a 9 or above if they'd have just had a bit more thought into it. But yeah, 7.5. Okay, that's the review. Thanks for watching. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Thanks.